this is the kapito o ikaw na adlaw sa atong pagsaulog sa Caritas Week. Kanya ini ikaw na adlaw ako ang gihimo ang Gugma o Kamatuoran Forum bali niyo. Sa mga milabay na adlaw ako si Kendrick sa Virgin. Ang secretary ninyo sa developmental program coordinator sa Cebu Caritas. Kapag ko?
Ako sa si Junior sa Kapote Cebu Caritas.
Ako buron sa Cebu Caritas. Sinunalista niya. Ako yung po. Dinangalan siya. Upagpangan sa organisasya ng disinformation. Salamat sa ikuha patuloy. Kung panahon, sibilangan, sumano, ituti, nagkapari niya, ako tuloy mong buhon sa mga programa sa sulit ng Indonesia. Nabalog ko sa kayo ito ang na-observaran sa atong paghimo sa Caritas Week ng mga palagunan.
Ninod kayo na atong isa ulo gawin ang second. Cebu Caritas Week. Kala ang tema, para sa programa ang himo so dahil na feeding o dahil na itong medical o legal na paghatag o mga servisyo. Kahapon sa natin kay Libre Tuloy o itong operation sa mga SIS. So, ang atong mga kaisuunan, appeal yun may
o ninod kayo kay ang natuang Caritas Week ngayong tuiga o 2022 gibuksan kini pinaagi sa Santos na Misa niadtong Domingo uman sa atong arsobispo sa Subo o si S. Palma no didugit sa katedral uman sa atong misa ako po kay manalang giblessingan ang bago nato ang ginawa sa Cebu Caritas Media Center nananata sa atong opisina ng Media Center o niya himo nako ang hamuko masalo-salo uman sa atong mga sponsors and benefactors o niya manunod itong kayo kagahapon may operation tuloy ang atong pamatuloy sa lutuin na lang po ha. Si Brado nung dito kahapon, ano ka ha? Uban sa ito, akong gipano, no? Wala lang magayon. Uban sa operation tuli, kumuhan po ito ang paghatag o pagtahit no? Sa mga quick operation. No? Alam sa mga na-IBC silang nabil, kahigon. Kung maako manong ilang ilungan ang tuli o ang pagtahit sa nabil, asa ka ilagaon ang katuong puno dini? Oh, naamong. Wala mong smile dito tao. Subod, dali mo, dali. Kita, ano muna ito, mga namin. Luho lagi na mong namin. Sige, o niya, mabuban ta, karumbun ta ka, uban sa ito ang mga bisita, mga speakers, na nidon kayo, kaya atong paghimuon nga forum karon, sa itong kupiyan na dito naman. Wah, kenal kemauan. Ini sebenarnya. Okay, ang atong tema na pagay atong paghimuon ng online forum, ako sa mga kayo ako kumpiyang hindi mo.
Gugma o Kamatuoran Forum, ang tema, Communication for Positive Change, the fight against disinformation.
Wow. O na diin na mo siya na kasamtangan nato na hintang na binali sa social media daghan kaayo ang mga disinformation no nagpalitalayan ang disinformation o ang mga sayop lang yun na mga detalye sa balita no kaning disinformation ako may bawaan mo ni sa tuyo na pagbuhat o sayop aron paglingla sa katawhan no niya kung atong mahibaw-an karon niya kung sa atong mga mahimo ini isip mga nangalagad sa simbahan ilang niya sa social action arm no sa simbahan no mga parish Caritas o atong mga nagdumala sa social communication sa ato ang mga kagsakagsak ng mga parokya.
Nilod kayo kaya nato ang mga participants sa Lawak na Hulutaga ay kasagaran mga batanon. Diin, ang mga batanon nahilig kayo sa paggamit sa social media platform. So muna nga, mahibaw ano niya nato kung iunsa ay paggamit ang social media aron sa pagpadangan sa mensahe. Muna, nato tan-awon kung naaba ang kamatuoran o nahatag ba ang disinformation.
Alright, kasagaran ninyo na yung Facebook, no, usasad sa fight nato against disinformation, kini ang pag-promote sa mga maayong balita, pag-promote sa mga nindot nga mga post nila sa Facebook. Usa sa akong pamaagi nga amo ang gibuhat sa Cebu Caritas, kini pag-like, pag-follow, pag-share sa atong Facebook page. Kaya sa atong Facebook page, magala na ang atong mga kalihukan sa Cebu Caritas, mga tabang o mga buhat sa simbahan ngadto sa atong mga igsoon gitawagan ng anawin, no, mga the lost, the last, and the least in our society, sila nakitabangan sa Cebu Caritas. Makita dito ang mga programa na pwede na itong ipakatap nila sa Facebook, or no, labi na sa mga batanon. Sa kanan naman ito, mapaamit na yun, share na yun, labi na sa mga white kasiguruhan ng balita.
So nindot no nga atong gamiton ang mga platform kay pagpakatap, pagpakailat nga naa dili pag-ibig nga maayo ko na nato ang simbahan. So kamo diha sa inyong Paris Caritas kung sa gihimo biday nga programa sa simbahan. Dili pagpanghambog kundi ang pagpahipan nga naa ay gihimo, naa gihimo nga mga maayo ko na nato ang nga simbahan.
Alright. So, kung na ibitaw mo na ko tanan na mo like, mo follow sa atong Facebook page sa Cebu Caritas Incorporated. O niya, follow po sa itong mga programa na online. Magkakanda mo, Huwebes, na Gugma o Kamatuoran online, na mga ipag-iwitar ng mga bisita, na mag-iskot, na binagina sa ato ang fight against disinformation o sa ato ang paglusog sa good governance. No, diyan sa ato ang Gugma o Kamatuoran on air. Magkakadlaw Biyernes, alas 8 sa gabi, madungog na ko sa Kusog Kilsi dahil sa inyong mga radyo, sa live from TYRF, na makita po natin sa Facebook pages sa atong Cebu Caritas o sa TYRF.
So kung naman yung mga cellphones din ha, pwede kayo inyong ablihan niya, yung tanaw din ha, ang Cebu Caritas Inc. Niya, panahimot na muna aron magsulod ang kita sa mga ibang post sa ato ang Cebu Caritas.
Welcome sa mga nangabot, maaari po sa tubangan, na kayo na, no? Bilis na talaga. Marami mga makita, marami mga makita, hindi nyo makita. Dali kayo mo dahil mag-register, ari mo speakers na visa, mag-register, kung tumayo mag-register kita. Banti kamay. Okay, John? We're ready? Okay, let's start. Atong sundan, ang ato ang kalihukan, pinaigi sa pasulunang pag-ampo o ang national anthem. Alihog manindog alang sa ato ang pasulunang pag-ampo at pagkasundan kini sa usakan sundong awit.
Beyond my eyes can see, there must be something more. Beneath the surface rush of things, there's something else in store. Beyond this daily strife, must be more to life, an underlying rhyme in things I must have known before. Before the seasons changed, before I grew too wise, I watched the passing clouds in search of meaning in the skies. I read between the lines, but the verses lost their rhymes. And though the truth
paghimo ini nga to ang special Gugma o Kamatuoran forum ini nga pagsaulog sa Cebu Caritas Week.
So katong nangabot nga wala pa mga parehistro, so linya lang kanya sa luyo aron ta mag-appeal sa ihat aron ta makaparehistro.
Ato po ni iwag ka mga igsoon at mga igsoon na nagsubay o naminaw na ng atong programa online. No, bayo-bayo kakaroon na kay live viewers na by the also ako as for now, pag muna naman sila iniabot sa mga kanta, mga himo na sa itong forum. Kung sa atong imitaron ng mga igsoon online, mo hinahay sa tagamay. Imitaron na sila na mo like, mo share, o mo comment sa ato ang himo Facebook Live karon doon kay kung ito nga himo mo like mo react mo share mo comment mo magkalapat din sa reach sa himo nga Facebook Live.
Kung daghan na ang mas makanibaw pa kung unsa dili ang away na buhaton diha sa pagpakatas sa pagpakay naa sa ato ang social media.
Right, from 8:24 na wala nang magibisya. Marami na lang ko karon gikan sa Magsigo Santo Nato ang parish priest sa Reverend Father Charles Personana. Namilang po na to si Connie Aragon ito siya. Happy second Caritas Week. More power. Kung naminaw na to ang powerful kayo kasi Sir Bobby Nagoda, the best host of Governor. Kaya sa ato ang live stream po sa ato ang live viewers, pero ako may tanawon kung unsay komposisyon sa ato ang mga naminaw karon. Kung tawag na mo ang inyong age siguro no. So ano na to? Amo pakpak lang kung apil mo aning mga punto pag-attendance na pakpak sa mga naakaroon din sa tumangan na walay kaligo pakpak.
Usa gid ay.
May usa.
Manawa angkon.
Salamat sa imong pagkamatilon. Ako ba magpugod mo angkon? Bisa ka pinatapad at mas ito dali-dali. No?
Okay, hindi na magwanta.
Sige, pakpak alang sa mga naakaroon din sa ato ang studio sa ato mo din sa San Carlos Seminary na mga wala pa'y mamahaw, pakpak.
Pero balik sa gabi kay ako sa gabi nila gikan pa sa ngayon gabi.
Pagdagdag naman kung sa mga offer Alex. Tama pa rin Alex sa supervisor. Ay mo ka wala ka. Kamay-ay. Ditapak pa sa mga grupo na doon.
Ang gikan usab sa mga eskwelahan atong napagpakot sila.
Mga representative from schools. Abang sulahan macam apa yang adlo ko sa mga istra. Ako ang hindi pa makakot. Sige, pagpapakinggan representative sa mga parokya.
Parokya.
Wow,
Sa ato na yung buhay na yung ayon nato mga paris Caritas kay sa nagkalain mga parokya.
yes, sa wala pa pagsugod atong Caritas Week at ang last count sa mga parishes sa Adonai Parish Caritas, it was 97 out of 174. Atong papakan ng mga parokya na aktibo kayo na hindi sila mga Parish Caritas program.
Mo ato sa gidasig ato mga parokya karon na to dinhi sa ato ang Facebook Live na kung wa pa man ugali mo inyong Paris Caritas, pwede na kayo nga mag-organize mo atong mapurma na ang Paris Caritas.
So, nakagikan sa online video, pagpag sa kanang mga ambungan o mga makanya, pagpag! Sa ato ang magpadayon, maminaw ka, o mga pulo-pulo.
Sige. Ato paminawon ang paghatag sa ato ang rationally and welcome address ato tawgon ang media consultant sa Cebu Caritas Incorporated na si Sir Max Limbat. Ako salamat sa masisang pagpag.
May buntag sa tanan. May buntag sa mga attendees na nagbigan sa live party sa Cebu. It is heartwarming to be in front of you today in a forum that will tackle what is arguably the biggest problem we are facing today, disinformation. And today's session is disinformation. The task ahead of us, people who have taken it on ourselves to take on the challenge and the call of the church, the call of the Pope, the call of our church leaders, the call of our community to fight disinformation is difficult. Lying is easy. Fighting for the truth is hard. Studies have repeatedly shown that lies spread faster than the truth, more so online and on social media. I'm sure kita sa itong daily dealings, di ba na mas pas alam spread ang pangkat sa mundo. An often quoted study by the MIT, for example, found that false news stories are 70% more likely to be repeated than factual stories. So, mas ma-share ang sayo kaysa sakto sa timur. We are at a time when revisionism threatens to change even our own history, our recollections of the past. By doing so, it is rewriting the context of the present. Because after all, as William Shakespeare said in one of his plays, what's past is prologue. And how do we move forward in the fight against disinformation? Pope Francis shows us the way. He was quoted in a Reuters news report as saying, fake news has to be refuted, but individual persons must always be respected, for they believe it often without awareness or responsibility. So there, Gugma. Muna ang taglan, Gugma o Kamatuoran. Magtipisog ka para sa Kamatuoran, but always with love, always with Gugma, always with respect for people. So this one, it's a difficult task. Cebu Caritas under the leadership of President Alex Cola, Program Director under John Moran, Program Director, Technical Support, and all around isa dalam ipagbulan si Brother Ken, Brother Tulo, si Jimmy, Attorney Jane Paredes, Heads of Communications, who is currently out of the country, governance committee heads, Senior Deputy Nico, Los Santos, yes. The whole team has made the fight against disinformation and fake news a key area of focus. Pili na sa mga programs, magpuna-una, kasama naman nato pag-fight sa disinformation. Today, we will learn from our invited experts who will talk to us about number one, protecting ourselves in terms of digital security, and number two, fighting against disinformation. These will be important lessons that we should take to heart as we return to our parishes, as we return to our towns, cities, because today marks the beginning of a long struggle that we will be embarking together with Cebu Caritas in the fight against disinformation. Thank you for taking up the challenge and making time. The fight against disinformation can only be won if all of us work together. I hope and pray that today marks the start of all of us working together. Thank you.
Maraming salamat Sir Maxwell Bart, ang among Richard Consultants sa Cebu Caritas sa Cebu Corporation.
Salamat po dito kayo. Sa yung simple kaya atong pag-ani mga isuot, dili na lang yung ani kita, aron mamilaw, dili na po dito obligasyon to fight against disinformation.
Kung man ta makabatik karon, ang ako nabatikan, ako sa ikutan diya sa atong buhay.
Katawag sa muna.
Ngayon,
Katawag muna. Atong mabatik karon, atong po mabatik sa buwan. Kung naman mabatik karon, mabatik.
ito lang ang nabatik.
Di ba natong Minot kayo, kay daghan kayo nga nagsubay kay mga Facebook pages sa ato mga parish Caritases live stream po usab no. Naminaw ba nato nabasa ko kagimina gikan sa parokya parish Caritas sa San Vicente Federal Parish dito sa Bitool, Dumayo. Naminaw pa ang parish Caritas sa Santa Rosa de Lima, Alcoy. O ang parish Caritas sa Kamatuoran, no, si Joseph the worker magdugo, sa tulong magdugo ulit sa kami. Right? O niya, para sa ato ang mga isuon na minaw na online, ayaw mo kalimot to sa pag-like, pag-share, pag-comment. Shout out sa inyo. Right? No, niya, natin na lang mga naminaw sa ato ang Facebook live o niya. Hindi na tawag lang, ato na yung sundan ng first topic, akong diskutada nini ato ang Gimo ka forum.
So ako lang po makakagitungod sa cybersecurity. So, diyan napita atong tanawon ang ato ang seguridad sa atong paggamit sa cyberspace. So ang i-welcome ato ang speaker na si Sir Elijah Mendoza, ikan sa Smart Communications. At salamat sa isang
I would like to begin today's talk by stating an obvious fact. We are living in dangerous times. This is not to say that previous generations didn't have their but it adds the threats of information in today's talk by I hope you're all doing well. I would like to begin today's talk by stating an obvious fact. We are living in dangerous times. This is not to say that previous generations didn't have their fair share of troubles. Far from it. They too had their wars, their diseases, political tension, and economic perils that threw curveballs on what would have otherwise been a quiet and prosperous existence. The present, however, is unique in that it not only combines war, disease, politics, and an economic downturn into one, but it adds the threats of information technology into the mix. Yes, the same advancements that we are enjoying now has ushered the world into a reality that no previous generation had experienced in a similar scale. Cybersecurity is the protection of all things digital. It is as broad as saying security is the protection of everything that we can see, hear, and touch. As such, it would take an entire lifetime to discuss this topic as it constantly evolves and is not bound by physical limits. By definition, cybersecurity is the protection of computer systems from the theft of or damage to their hardware, software, or electronic data, as well as from the disruption or misdirection of the services they provide. For today, we'll focus on one aspect of cybersecurity that hits close to home, or should I say, close to your phone: social engineering. Social engineering is a means of manipulating or deceiving people, leading particularly to divulging sensitive information. In Filipino, we refer to this as a form of budol. It is perpetrated by scammers who are referred to as bad actors. Perhaps the most well-known form of social engineering is phishing. That's phishing with a PH, and yes, it sounds and works just like the word fishing with an F. According to Merriam-Webster, phishing is the practice of tricking internet users into revealing personal and confidential information, which can then be used illicitly. Phishing is mainly done via email, which has been around for quite some time. If you started using the internet during the mid to late 90s, chances are the first form of communication you sent was an email. Messaging apps such as MIRC and ICQ were not as popular yet at the get-go. Phishing emails start innocently enough as a letter with a catchy subject and a familiar or official sounding sender. The body text then tricks you into a false sense of urgency to provide whatever confidential information the scammers are after. These are usually your username, password, and mobile number. Phishing emails are often attempts to update your account details, claim a prize, upgrade your app, complete your registration, or basically anything that tries to get you to fill out a web based form. Now, why, you may ask, are scammers and hackers doing this? Why try to steal bits and pieces of information? According to the publication The Economist, since 2017, the most valuable resource is no longer oil but data. If in the past, hackers were only out to infect your PC with a virus, now they are out to make money from your personal data. Next, there is phishing done through voice calls, or also known as vishing. A smooth talking scammer, possibly one with contact center experience, will call you claiming to represent a company, usually banks. After a few standard verification questions that were copied from the script of legitimate contact centers, you have unwittingly provided key information that will enable them to access your account from the real bank. In 2019, I almost fell victim to one of these scammers. I had just used my credit card abroad, even after several warnings not to do so. When I got back to the Philippines, I received a call saying that my account had been compromised during my trip and that they must replace my card. To do so, they asked for the usual details: my full name, my birthday, and my card number. Afterwards, they got back to me with details on when and where I last used my card, and it checked out. As far as I was concerned, the call was legitimate. The scary part was when the bad actor asked me for my card's CVV number. The CVV, or the card verification value, is the secret number behind your card that banking institutions have never verbally asked from me before. That prompted me to tell the scammer that I was ending the call. The vishing attempt was not successful because I was able to notice that something was amiss. I knew what to look out for, but despite that, the scammer was believable enough, even by my standards. Until that final question on the CVV, which could have very well been the final step. I escaped unharmed, but even so, I went out and had my card replaced because I know that it had been compromised. But what about the thousands of others who do not know the benefit of knowing these patterns by heart? Okay, so you might say you're safe from bank related phishing because you don't own a credit card. But chances are you own a phone, which brings us to the next example of social engineering: smishing. Smishing is a combination of SMS and phishing, quite simply because it is accomplished by a text message. Don't think that this happens only in the Philippines. The screenshots on the slide right now are examples of smishing messages from all over the world. Old style smishing attempts are easy to spot because if a number is not saved in your phone book, then that automatically makes the sender dubious. But lately, smishers have learned to mask their text messages with official sounding names. They have also begun working with fellow scammers, purchasing databases of extracted genuine information and integrating the stolen data into their bogus SMS, therefore making the content more believable. Just recently, we saw a wave of SMS scams that contained the names of real people. It caught a lot of Filipinos off guard because it involved personally identifiable information, or PIIs. If you didn't fall for this, good for you. But I'm sure you were surprised to see your names mentioned here, and many others may not have been as lucky. For everyone asking, SMART is taking a whole community approach to help end this despicable practice. We are working with all concerned government agencies, especially the NTC, NPC, and DTI, to create advisories and touch points where people can report these scams. We've even joined forces with our competitors to help protect the privacy of Filipinos and enforce cybersecurity online. As of August 2022, Smart has blocked 11.3 billion attempts to access malicious sites, 342 million smishing messages, 167,000 mobile numbers linked to phishing scams, and 5.5 million domains with malicious URLs. In 2021 alone, PLDT and Smart have invested over 3 billion pesos in cybersecurity infrastructure. Per the NTC's guidelines, as of September 17, 2022, Filipinos may report scams by sending a screenshot of the SMS and the number along with the sender's details and valid ID to contratechscam@ntc.gov.ph. We have also expressed our support for the SIM Registration Act, or Senate Bill number 1310, which will be of tremendous help to our authorities. By the way, as of Monday, September 19, 2022, the bill passed the second reading in the Philippine Senate. And finally, we have the latest form of social engineering, quishing, which is phishing done via QR codes. Quite literally, anyone can just display or send an image of a QR code accompanied by some text via email or messaging apps. If the recipient scans the code, it will lead the user to a site with an online form where personal data can be extracted. What's unique about QR codes is that they can also be available offline via a printout, stickers, billboards, or even a painted QR code on a wall can be used to execute a phishing attack. Now that you know how social engineering works, what can you do to protect yourself? Now, the rule of thumb is not to go on autopilot. You never know if a website or app that you frequent could have been compromised overnight. That's the problem with almost everyone online today. We're so used to being online, we no longer look left and right. Just as we always look left and right while crossing the street, we should always exercise the same amount of caution when exploring online. First, don't open suspicious emails or links and don't log in your username and password in an unfamiliar website. Check where links lead by hovering your mouse pointer over the link or by long pressing your screen. Legitimate websites usually begin with an HTTPS. That's with an S, not just the regular HTTP, and lead to the correct associated domain. Take a look at the example on the left if you can see it properly. The text says ebay.com, but if you hover your mouse over it, the URL preview shows a different URL. For QR codes, the example on the right shows a preview of the destination URL, which should display right after you scan a QR code with your camera. Second, don't reply to messages or answer calls from unregistered numbers. If you are already in a conversation and are on the fence if the caller is legitimate, do not confirm or deny anything. You are not obligated to prove your identity. On the contrary, the caller should prove theirs first. For example, if the caller asks, "Is this Mr. De La Cruz?" Don't answer with a yes or no because either answer will confirm data from the caller's end. Instead, reply with, "Who is this?" followed by, "How did you get this number?" Turn the tables on the scammer and mine information from them until you could report, which you could report to the authorities afterwards. Third, never share OTPs or one-time passwords. This seems like a simple instruction, but there are a lot who still divulge their OTPs either on purpose or by accident. In fact, we at PLDT and Smart have made numerous versions of this advisory, especially during the pandemic, as can be seen here. And finally, brush up on your grammar and branding. Phishing attacks are often written poorly, They contain numerous grammatical errors combined with graphical errors. That could either be outdated logos, disproportional images, wrong spacing, etc. Many are getting better though. They are hiring comms and journalism graduates as copy editors and for good money. But please do not consider this as a career option. Please do not pursue this career. Use your talents to uphold the truth so that we may never again repeat the mistakes of the past. And that's it for today. I hope that the points we've discussed can help make your experience online a little less scary and a lot more fun. Please follow PLDT, Smart Newsroom, and Smart Communities via the channels you see on your screen. And as we say in PLDT and Smart, stay safe, stay smart, stay cyber smart. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day ahead.
Nakadaog ka, i-claim siya, kung sa kadako sa sahay ka kanya kita. Kaya kami mo ka sa mga akin ba verify yung una pa ka naman anak ko, kung nakadaog ko, hapit ako anak na promo. Ano makadaog pang gumawat ang kung nakadaog na ko, kung internet na ito, may gamit na muna ko sa kayo mabuliya sa lahi mo.
So, yung gobernador kay Nagkakis lang ko, nakadaw ko 250,000. Kami, ihakal ko doon i-million. Pero naman yung siya sa pang-pang ako, ako po iho. May katiwala ko yung pang-account. Makadaw na ba ito? Mga nakakang mga batayan na iso. Jadi doon kayo ng mga terminologies na yung isang kakaroon po na magmatgunta. Labi na ka na may manawag na ito mga tawag o at kailangan ng bino. Kumukha na yung nag-isip yung pangalan. Sila na naman magkakulukan. Maapit na magkakulukan, hindi isipan. Bisa sa ato ang pag-deny, ikaw na dili ikaw, nagkuha ka na confirm, naka-affirm sa information na dili dito ikaw, na hindi ang gano'n. So, nagkabi affirmation. So, dito ko yung ikaw, return na label, kato ka kung talagang isa siya, isa ang gano'n.
So, naroon na kayo natabi ng pamilya, sa numero, wag kayo ibiyan ng nano, o kanina, pagkita mo ng text or chat sa mo ha, muna nga, pilit na ngayon nga i-entertain ng dahil. Kaya once i-entertain ka, kung muna ang kasagalang hikap, kung kayo mabulol na hinuon, kaya nga naman, i-engage into conversation, pagkahuman kayo, nasa na pamahating convincing mo kayo, magtuo ka na, mauna na. So, kita mo, ikaw na ang dinado.
Same po sa pag-react niya sa mga Facebook post at kung na may salita ko niya. Umureact ka, naglagot ka sa post din na, react ka karugli kay naglagot ka sa post na ay baka sa iyong pag-react, ilaw ka ang nagkahatag na ka, kinamang uli, naghatag na ka o pag-promote na ito mo fake news. So,
Apoy na ka sa ihap.
apel ka sa ihap na imong mga friends, most probably tapos sa post na pinagkakong sige mo interact no na yung anak ang pamahagi sa Facebook. Pero naaway mga pamutana for sure kung mga isuot po dyan sa online, kung naaway mga pamutana, yun ang ano na reserve ang atong mga pamutana human sa atong ikalawang na speaker.
Okay, natay open forum niya.
Sa dili pa, kung tanaw kita o mga video sa online, doon ang mga videos na nakadalot sa atong mga contest na panghimo dito sa Cebu Caritas Week. Doon ka po ang mananahon ko sa atong video making contest. Mga short videos ka mag-promote sa ilang parish Caritas activities. Atong tanawon, atong nga mananahon, ikan sa Our Lady of the Second Papa. Ilang video nila.
Last Sunday, September 18, a fire broke out in Sitio Lower, Panaghiusa, Barangay Capital Site, severely affecting 20 families. With this, we have a special second collection for the victims. To those who want to give in-kind or financial assistance, you may give it in the parish office.
Morning everyone, karon gaandam na ta sa pag-andam ka sa ato ang relief goods para ato i-distribute. So manay karon naana ta diri para sa ato ang distribution of relief goods.
Hatag na pagmi sa mga second wave labi na sa nasunugan diri sa lower Panagusa sakit gapon sa parokya sa Aligid City Hall. Kini lihok usab sa tong parish Caritas sa Archdiocese ug sa mga akong parokya usab inubanan nila sa mga tabang sa mga kaparian ug mga nag-donate sa ilang mga hinabang labi na sa tong mga nasunugan. Mao ni mga hinabang karon ang panghatag karon. Salamat lang ko sa Caritas na nahatag sila og bandi o langgana.
Salamat po dako ninyo.
Daghang salamat sa Caritas gitagaan di gayuda mga biktima sa sunog diri sa among lugar Panagusa.
Sa Orlando, sa capital parish. Ito niya, nakita yung mga judges hearing. Doon sila kabuong mananaw, at ang isang tanawon, at ikaduha ang mananaw pito.
Ikan sa San Isidro, Parisan,
Kansubi, Algao.
Service, faith in action. This three-word phrase encapsulates the life, spirituality, and ministry of Cebu Caritas Incorporated Commission and Service, the social action arm of the Archdiocese of Cebu. For years, Caritas had stayed true to its commitment, living out the gospel of Christ by serving the least, the lost, and the last. In parishes, we have teams of pastors that lead the faithful in the ministry of service. Helping them are members of the parish's respective parish pastoral council, parish finance council, and the different parochial committees. Worship, education, service, temporalities, youth, and social communication, or the Westies. The Service Committee, which is newly dubbed as the Parish Caritas, comprises of subcommittees that aim not only to help our brothers and sisters in need, but also to uplift their morale through education and empowerment in order to be of service to the community. Good governance encourages the faithful to be conscious and proactive about politics and stewardship, and to promote communal development. Advocacy seeks to address contemporary social issues, promote justice and peace among the faithful, provide legal assistance to those who need it, and upholds environmental concern and protection. Relief, emergency, and rehabilitation aims to provide disaster response programs, housing facilities, and medical humanitarian services, and the like. The Alay Kapwa, that promotes the spirituality of being my brothers or sisters keepers, a lifestyle which connects and helps one another, especially in times of crisis. And sectoral groups that look after the welfare of persons with disabilities, senior citizens, laborers, and youth, servant leadership and education program. More than service, we have the heart. We are Caritas, the heart of service. This is mission. This is compassion. This is faith in action.
Kauban nato ang usa ka parish volunteer nga mipahigayon o nagpahigayon sa atong shelter kits distribution dinhi sa maong parokya.
Mayong adlaw, kanatong tanan, mayong adlaw, Father. Ako di ay si Sherina Antony, parish volunteer diri sa parokya sa Mactan.
Ma'am Chay, giunsa man nimo pagpahigayon ang pagpili sa atong mga beneficiaries alang niini mga shelter repair kits?
So, after sa advice ni Father Sitio nga ang Caritas naghatag og hinabang diri sa atong mga parishioners sa Mactan, iyaming gitahasan nga mosoroy balay-balay aron motan-aw sa kahimtang sa atong mga kaigsuonan didto nga naapektuhan sa bagyong Odette. Og among adto tagsa-tagsa gitan-aw o gipangutana sila kung unsay mga materialis nga ilang gikinahanglan.
Doon sa man ninyo pagpaagi na ng kita tani ni 50 ka mga beneficiary.
Ang mga chapel leaders mga sila nag-identify sa ilang mga sakop kung kinsa gitong mga nagkinahanglan gitay ng kinsa audit. Katurag yun nga totally damage nga nagkinahanglan jud kaay nga wala pa gid sila makabangon. For the very first time, anything can happen now.
Ang nahitabo na ko sa bagyong Odette, ang ako ang atop sa akong balay nga na nilupad jud gayo. Puti jud na mga hadlo kato nya karon nga yung gipanghatag nga materialis. Daghan kay salamat kay magamit jud ako sa akong balay bisag hantud karon wala pa jud ko kaatop. Og ang akong plywood magamit sa akong kusina nga nadatugan sa kahoy. Og salamat sad kaayo sa Accenture sa Caritas Manila og Cebu Caritas, please. Salamat daghan kay salamat.
Nagdako kay ko pasalamat sa Assistor o sa Caritas Manila o Cebu Caritas. Silahang gipahigayon ng paghatag og materials assistance. Dako na kayong tabang sa mga labi na sa pagkakaroon na padyon mo human mo ang balay nga matabunan na jud ang mga balay. Dako kayong pasalamat og sa nagdumala sa tanan ani nga foundation, and then pasalamat po ko ni Father Iping sa mo ang paroko nga siya mo pahitagayon pod ani nga haron pod ni maka-avail ani. Daghang kayong salamat.
Pasalamat sa Caritas Cebu o Caritas Manila sa ilang natabang sa akong balay nakakuan kini nakapurma na. Salamat sa Caritas.
Pag bagyong Odette na hugno jud among balay, pati jud akong hilaka. Iwa na jud may balay. Nga mao ni salamat ko sa natabang karon sa Accenture, Caritas Manila, Cebu Caritas. Salamat gid sa Ginoo nga gitabangan taon mi. Wala gid ko magdahom ani nga tabang o kami makabalay na jud mi karon. Daghang salamat.
Dako kayog damage nga amoa. Uba gyud tanan o nadakdakan pa og mga lubi. So karon nagpasalamat ko sa tabang sa Accenture Manila Caritas o Cebu Caritas.
Pag bagyo, lockdown gid ang ako ang balay, hagba gid tanan. O ang ginabilin nga nagbarog. Nya karon nagpasalamat ko sa Accenture o sa Caritas di Manila o Cebu di Caritas. Daghang kayo salamat.
sa kadaghan nga balik-balik nila diri paghatag sa mga shelters, ang mga dawat, mga bugas, sa patong mga basta canned goods, kung sa pay ang mga dawat, dili na mo ikasulti, dili na ko ikasulti ang kalipay ang mga ibat sa tibong pamilya nga. Ang among tiyan nga nagutman usog gyud pinaagi sa Caritas programa. Daghang salamat.
Yan, nagpapasalamat ako sa Cebu tumulong sa akin.
Pinoy-anan, timaan sa dakong gugma sa ngalan ni Jesus.
Cebu. He's presently an assistant professor at the University of the Philippines, Cebu.
go on the internet or something. So it's always nice to have face-to-face discussion with my students. Na makakita ko sa inyong mga facial expressions. Sa both pa more o sa gustong discussion. Okay, so today I am tasked to speak about the find of disinformation. So I'm going to teach you some tools or techniques so that we can neglect any disinformation. And at the same time, I hope that you also teach maybe your younger siblings and more so, no, para mga older na, especially senior citizens who are also active in social media. Okay? JP? You're still preparing my presentation. So a while ago, si Sir Elijah Mendoza, so we taught you, no, the do's and don'ts so that you'll be cybersecurity safe. So ako sa karon, I will teach you some techniques, especially when you are active online, in mga Facebook or mga sites with pages and accounts na binigay ka. And even just the mere liking of a post will also be spreading this information.
What if? A slide.
So, presentation is entitled Nothing Will Change. Can we go to the next slide, please? So, before the advent of social media and the internet, maybe life was in your head. If you want to be informed, you want to be updated with the news and current events, maybe then you want to find out the trends. So we go to distributional media. I hope you're still familiar of our newspapers here in Cebu. Maybe one there, it has already transferred, migrated to the digital platform, CBS. But before we have Sunstar, the Freelance, the Daily News, and the tabloids, Super Balita, and okay, so we bring information there. We keep updated with the news and current events. And some sections here for leisure, because mas talagang programs will be news and current affairs. Okay? Kaya mga bata na may mga graduate. An outgoing in the Cebu, ABS-CBN country division. So, GMA mo. Okay, so now, we're done with GMA. As a master professor, I cannot only rely with, let's say, ABS-CBN coverage, no? One is with GMA, we can also do some coverage to CBN. So, mag-compare sa kung sa nila pa, sa news. And there are some information or there are some sources na nakuha sa CCTN, but wala na-improve sa GMA. So, ayaw mo sa ilang sa. Okay? And with these traditional media, we believe that the messages that they give us are true messages because they are working for a company. They are ruled by journalistic standards. Most of them study communication in college or they have training curriculum. And when you're a journalist, you go out in the field, so interview news sources. Hindi lang sa pinsa, but you really choose the most credible news source. At yun na sila sa primary source or tinuglang din sa kanila. Kung ano mga interview mga kukunsihan, na ay mayon. So, you're also allowed to interview these people. Kung pwede naman mo interview dito sa mga pero kung ayaw mo nga, sa asa mo mga media, no? Mas naabituhan na maka-interview mo if you're from the media. Okay? And journalists also do not only interview a credible source, just one. They are supposed to ask 3 or more. No? So, hindi lang ka mo sabi na ang nalang interview ang konsihan. Kung interview mo na ikaw, to check that the information I got sa bibigay ng survey. Okay? Like we have bloggers right now who serve as if they are journalists, no? And I'm more going to study post balita. But you know, these bloggers, they are not working for a media company. We're not even sure if they're following the journalistic standards or they are following ethical rules. So, journalists na taga-Freeman, muadto pila sa sulod, muadto pila sa Baguio. But ang mga bloggers, hindi na ako sa sulod. Most of them, they just check on so you can post media, grab it, and post it in a page. So, we have to be careful if the posts that they posted there are also true. Okay? So, next slide, please. Before that, there was supposed to be a different slide there. Before when we look for kailangan na magpapulong na init tayo, no? Mag-anaw ng feeling na namilan kayo ng halo-halo sa may nag-serve halo-halo area.
Ice Castle.
Ice Castle. Pero makita niyo sticky. Mga inastaw, yes, no? Dito is a commercial. No? Mga sino, ayo ang mga kuan, ang mga sagot sa halo-halo. But when you go to mga inasal, yung ano ilang ihatag mo, nag-ready pa ako sa ilang commercial. And then, asa mga pictures na din yun? Naharagyan mo. Asa mga kuan mo rin inyong upihalaya. Labas nila na. No? So sa una di kami fake news mo yun, pero we will see na lot of example. No? But now, if you have that kind of experience, you go to social media and you complain or you rant about it because of that experience. Okay? Next. So when we were offered with the internet, specifically social media, so it has become a venue of so much distrust. And then this online revolution has made us confused about the world, sometimes questioning and moreover changing our history. Before we just rely on the journalists who go out in the field and get our news from us. No? And then we would think that we would believe because they're working for the SCN. They're working for School Daily News. Okay? But with social media also comes, yes, please, fake news. No, common din na nagtutunan ng fake news. But from now on, we will not be using the term fake news anymore. Because when we say news, meaning news wherein the journalist interviewed credible sources. The journalist verified her news sources. Like what I said, interviewing 3 or more sources. So we would use the terms disinformation and misinformation from now on. Okay? So with social media, it has played a significant role in the spread of disinformation and misinformation. So let's start with disinformation. Disinformation is information that is false and deliberately created to harm a person, social group, organization, or country. So the word there is deliberately, meaning tulog hindi ukimo. Next. So this one is in misinformation. Misinformation that is false but not created with the intention of causing harm. Or maybe unknowingly, what should wrong when he or she says this, makagalit yung sukan. When ito ay sakot ng information. Okay? So I'm going to present some examples for the past few years or present na gusto na mo nakita. Nakadungo mo na ibang tao na ito ugali ang ilang information. Let's start first. You know Kyrie Irving? He's a NBA enthusiast theory. NBA. Okay, good. So Kyrie Irving said that the world is flat. Like that's such a podcast. So nag-ibog ka mga grade schoolers dito sa Amerika, mga fans of NBA. Yung alas ng teachers, no teacher, there's nice teacher, the world is flat. No, mausog ka kayong teacher. Ngayon ang mga bata na, Kyrie Irving said that the world is flat. Saan naman? No, mas buo sila sa ilang celebrity na ilang i-look up to silang teacher. So that's why that's story how we see Kyrie Irving. Okay? So before you like, react, or comment that you have, much more share information. Not just to your friends, like what you want to share that is in your group chats. The more that you're spreading this information. So can always tell if these news, these posts are true or not. Next. Kanino? Hindi mo lang yung zombie. Ang iba mo, people ask me, nagkikin na balita. But there was this movie of Will Smith, I Am Legend, and then they turned into zombies because they were given the wrong vaccine. So mo yung about sa mga kami, kung mag-pop sila ng COVID, no, kaya ganyan ko itong zombie. So that kind of shit ako the zombie too, no? And then, surprisingly, many people will go over the money, and then they're so passionate. Tila hindi ko ulit. Ito, unong kama, maluwi ko nila, anong ito ulit ko sila, no? Kasi nga mo yung mga silingan, di naman ito uwani. Hindi ang imo, suryoan, hindi na yung kung ano ito, suko nilo. Lakaw na. No? Sige, next. Yan ang sad, no? Na kung magpapaksin kung kanin COVID vaccine, buhay ko magnet. It's very funny, and then I hear people, talking about this, like it's true. No, and then, kung kapag pa mas explain na, hindi ka ng COVID vaccine, with the information about this, you have to correct them. But correct them properly. Correct them consciously. Do not correct them na you sound so degrading. No? Something na, kaya masapos na sila nila. Okay? Next. Oh, this one, itong pagsubo na sa campaign period. Ikaduhan ko yung bana si Jesse Robredo. And when I checked the post, kasama na picture. This woman posted it by anniversary day nila. And you know, trolls would get this na, ang kita ni Nani Robredo, maybe just because they have the hair dress, they're in a gown, people get you, no? And then it's circulated in social media. What's in mga big sus na yung kandidata, kaduhan din ang panas na no? Ikaw na pro-benefit ka, kung sa kaupuan, kanang different millennial brand. Okay? Kanya, so fake news again, no? It's disinformation. Why? Because mag-ubag man ka, pagkatao millennial brand. Next, this is so funny. Naikot yung po ni Michael Jordan. You read the short story there. On December 24, 1969, the Marcos family was in Wilmington, North Carolina to celebrate the holidays. President Ferdinand Marcos was walking in a park and he saw a skinny child begging for food. He gave him a whole box of Nutri-Con and said, "Bring this with you, child. Someday you will grow up to be someone important." The kid grew up to be Michael Jordan. What you call Michael Jordan came from a poor family. What you know sa nanaipon, biglang kapit-apit si Michael Jordan. And then, he will nagkatawanan because this is what one of the TV shows sa US, one of the fake news circulating. So, mga yung post, you have to check, no? Wrong grammar, wrong spelling, and also the capitalization. President Ferdinand Marcos. Ang Marcos, ang letter N, small letter N. No? And then Nutri-Con. Nutri-Con is a proper name. Mga yung panghatas sa mga public schools para panghatas sa mga bata. And then, nagawala ko dito si Marcos sa Amerika, nagdalagi siya ng Nutri-Con sa park. Kunya, really, because Michael Jordan was begging in the park. So hindi ko na pupunin si Michael Jordan. I know his life story, nari mga word yung parents. No? And ito ba mga Pinoy? When we hear about na contribute Filipino or half Filipino na siya proud kay. So, ang upad, bigla isa, update ka sa Tugagugan or kamay lumot ang Michael Jordan, lumot ang Marcos. So, that is disinformation. Okay? Next. Next slide, please. What are we going to do? So we have to do fact checking. Kapuya analis, no? Pagkatanaw din na post ng fact check ka, kung di mo ganaan, no? You really have to do it. But you don't have to follow all the steps that I'm going to present. Maybe you're going to follow 3 or more. Number is in mga shortcuts. Okay? So, fact-checking is a response to false, misleading, or incorrect statements or claims some public officials and public figures make intentionally or not. Okay? There are some of our celebrities, public figures, or politicians, no? Maapil na sila mga diskurso bilang nila kutukuday ka. And then all the while, kung is the research, hindi mo. It could be disinformation or it could be misinformation. What else is the power that you support? Okay, so that's why we have to fact check. Next. So can anyone fact check? Yes, everybody can fact check. Not only journalists. So even no? Much more ang kaning mga batay mo. Kaya kayo mga senior citizens, ang gusto ba kayo ng social media? Ano yung script ang kailangan? Ang sunod na kung ano, kaya suryaan, aside from the youth who are allies in combating disinformation, kailangan sa mga story ng senior citizens. Kaya most sila yung puso ayaw mag-spread ng mga misinformation. So fact-checking is the act of determining if the statements, in a non-fictional text are true and correct. Okay. Next. Yes, that one. The next one. Okay. So watch out for red flags. What do you call next, please? Next one. Yeah. Watch out for red flags in social accounts or pages. What are these red flags naman? So you must be keeping up. Mga pamilya ay mga signs ng red flag na siya. Okay? Next. For example, on the next slide, there, that page there, Dole and PSW, interagency cash assistance online application. So see, naabot taon o 4,000 comments, 16,000 shares, and dalang idea nag-type sa ilang personal information. Kahit kung ano lang na, matagal sila cash assistance. But what pinagdikapok na ang buhat ka government agencies, magpusan sila on page. So that's why Dole and PSW. That is a red flag already. Okay? So, kasi makakita ang money, so yan yung sinusilingan. Uy, suwag money, matagal na kuhan. Wala, kita ikaw ay ilan, yung mga silingan, ilan sa, di ba? Ikan tumingo. Okay? So, PSWD said that they don't ask for personal information in social media. Next. So, fact checking is a process comprising of steps that can be replicated. Do these little steps for fact checking. So here I listed down some steps or tools na pwede nyo ginawa when you see posts na more one-way short, you start to evaluate, or maybe you visit a site. You're not sure if you open a site or a. Okay? So the first one, you check the headlines. These may just be clickbait headlines to get the emotion of the reader. Okay? So now the headlines na makakuha ninyo, maka-excite ninyo, okay? Or maybe, by the way, these steps that I'm going to share to you, these are some of the things that I learned in my training with Check.ph and Verifies. These are organizations that are into fact. Okay? So if there are headlines na excited mo, no? Or maybe ka lang, nasuko mo sa iyong pagbasa, or hindi ka na maayos, headline ka ng dali, or lagi kayo mo kasal, isang guyot mo pag magbasa ninyo sa story. So what you do, kayo dahil ka slide. No? Try to stop and relax at home. And then, do your fact checking. If these news came from a legitimate source. Okay? Basta mga headlines, for example, may mga words na watch, exclusive, breaking, no? Breaking, okay na siguro kung kita sa mga news agencies. But mga pages that you're not familiar with, then that is a red flag. Okay. Next. Okay. This is a true site, another Freeman. But what if namoy post, namoy page na ginagawa? You're not sure. So you go to the byline. The byline is the name of the person who wrote the article. So there, there's a blue line there. That's the name of the person who wrote the article. Okay? So in most newspapers and mga online pages, hindi na ibutan ang name. So what you can do, next slide please. There. This is from the Manila Times. That's another byline. Sa ilang byline, another pictures sa ilang journalists. So try to Google search ko no. Can you see, Catherine Bagan, usually, tinagawa sila siya about sa journalists, ilang years sa Manila Times. Aso sa akin nila post na ako nakita. Okay? So you have the headline, next is the byline. Next, we go to Kanisha. Morning common ay matumakihan sa mga social media posts, mga photos. No? These may just be grab photos, no? And are not actually related to the story or post. And one of the online etiquette note, if you want to get the photo of a person, always credit the post. Asa ikan, kinsay na, take a picture. Okay? Dili nga, yung na i-post picture niya as if mo a picture. No? Always credit. So, what you do is, do the reverse reverse image search. Okay? So if not gonna click on post with a picture, you can save it, or you can save it, you open your browser and then you type in imagesgoogle.com. So you see this one, no? And then you click the camera icon, and the next slide please. So the next anak nakalagay yung the page. So imo post or the picture that you want to check, you drop it there. Imo drag and drop, pwede na siya, no? And then or i-upload yung mga file. And then you do the search. Okay? So next slide. For example, I use this photo. Maybe sa ako pag scroll sa Facebook ako nakita, gusto mo na photo sa asa. So that is what I use for the reverse image search. So next. So after you search it, mo ni mo ano mo possible related search. So you create refugees sa inyo na photo. Okay? And then other than that, it also give you the visually similar images. Maybe it's a series of photos nila. Gusto na ako okay? And next, pages that include matching images. Asa mo klikan ang akong picture na nakita. So, sa pinakabong pages, makita na ko, it came from BBC. Okay? Yan ako sa ninyo. Or, what you can do, there's a shortcut there. Next, please. What you do is, click on your laptop, you right-click on the photo, and then you choose search image with Google Lens. The one there, sa inyong right, that is what you see. And then find image source. So, magawa sila ako kung makita mo asa ibigan na mga images. Sa inyong phone, pwede na ninyo rin long press na siguro ng photo. Kanya, search with Google Lens. But that's like Google Photos na app, right? Next. The next one is the verified batch. Kung ako mga pages sa Facebook, magsusunod mo ba yung ang page sa inyong kanila? Okay? Is this a true page? So a verified badge is the check mark there. You know, makita ang check mark, no? But I encircle it. There's a blue circle with a white check mark. So look for the verified badge in the account name. This is proof that the page or account is handled by the person or institution it represents. So sakto yung ay name sa info page na akong gisundan inside. It has a verified badge. Next, I went to an international newspaper. So I found out na I verified badge on Washington Post. Okay, so that's there. So remember, not all legitimate accounts have verified badges. No? The verified badge confirms that the page or profile is a authentic presence of the public figure or brand represents. Anyone who verified badge, you need to request a Facebook. Okay, next. So my example on why verified badge is my own UP. No UP si Bo, but then I'm ko, what can they verified badge? Kasi bago pa nilang himo or nag-change sila o kanang Facebook page. So mawala pa rin sila kung yung verified badge. But, mo lang yun page sa UP. How would I know nga mo lang tinuod nga page sa UP? So you go to next. What do you find? The about tab. No? Nakita mo nga kanang Facebook page ay home, about, so kanang about there, that is what you click. So with about page, this contains a description of the person or organization, official website, contact details, and then if there is one, then you have without its digitalism. Okay? Because in the about page, you will see the people that like the page. Makita na ko mga friends that you follow on the page. It also includes mga contact details. Naasad ang map where it is located. Next. And there's also where you can contact. Kung saan mo access ang UP. Contact numbers, email, link, and then about the school. So nakaingon mo ang sa UP today, what I verified batch. So what I do next is you go to the about tab. Okay? Sige, next. kung ano mo di Facebook mo ano yung site, di ba na about us. No? And there are so many tabs there. Try to check kung sa mali. So, kasi natin about ng resources, services. If it's filled up, sakto yun ang mga mabutang sila, then that is a credible site. Next. Okay. What I said earlier, correct spelling and capitalization. So, kailangan sa data mo mismo, about correct spelling. And you also know when and when not to capitalize. So, for example, a legitimate social media page has correct spelling and capitalization. But you have also to check if there are no extra words after the account name. Sometimes Olivia Rodriguez, for example, Olivia Rodriguez Castro, Olivia Rodrigo, so hindi mo, no? Because wrong spelling on Rodriguez man, it's Rodrigo Mahama, okay? And if you see there, she has a verified badge, right? Next. Ani Pacquiao. Kailangan di ba mo sa spelling sa Pacquiao, no? Para sakto sa Filipino susundan. Kamu dahil na ang fake news di mo ba mo spelling. Okay? And there, we also have a verified badge. The next one is the followers. And our new is kind of page that have followers. So when it comes to followers, we vary the page or account claims to be that of an institution or a personality that has very few followers. Okay? So, hindi mo siya page and then, about 100 million followers, kasi hindi mo sakto ng page na akong isulat. Okay? But let's be clear that having many followers does not automatically mean that it is a credible page or it is to be believed. I think you have received many invitations to this Facebook, like this page, something like that. Well, because of something like that is a crowd. So the analysis is that you have like and page. Okay? So here with BNR, they have this page has 308,000 followers. Okay, next. Kamatuoran Robredo, she has 3.3 million followers. Okay, and then with the post, when you scroll up, you check on the photos, you can use the reverse image search if you want. Para makita natin yung posts. Next. Okay, so this is the last one. The page transparency tab. So the page transparency tab, check the page transparency tab on Facebook to know when the page was created. This is also where you can check if it has changed its name and check it. O naka-familiar mo si Tia ID. So, na-siya Facebook page. So, kana siya, page there. There's a word there page, I circle. So that is what you're going to press, and after pressing that, next. Next, please. Volume goals. Sa page transparency. So it says there, Senator Amy Marcos, she has a verified badge. She is a public figure. And then Senator Amy Marcos is responsible for this page, and you can check the history. So this page was created back in 2010. And then in 2020, before it was, in 2020 it was just Amy Marcos. And in 2020, it was changed to Senator Amy Marcos. So that is the page transparency tab. Another example. Next, please. We have CN Digital. So makita niyo sa history, this page was created back in 2009. Its name was Cebu Daily News. And then makita niyo next na saan? In April 2019, it was changed to the name CDN Digital. That was also the year when they migrated to the digital platform. So those are examples of histories na I changes. The last one. This one, in history, similar way, So it started in 2007, so it never changed name. It continued to be Taylor Swift. So makita ninyo nga, Taylor Swift na aside, verified badge. Okay, next. So these are all the things that you need to use if di mo ganun, no? Kadugan sa Missouri, no? Pwede rin hindi ka lang gamito, but maybe three or more. Dali ka man sa pagpalitan, no? So the headline, ngayon din yung emotional, right? Suko kayo mo sa inyong nabasahan, inuot ba ka na? So, you try check. The byline, the name of the one who wrote the story. The photos, you do the reverse image search. Okay? And then the verified badge. Itong circle na blue with the white check. About tab, if wala verified badge, then our thing is with about tab. How can you contact the page? No? Where is it located? What is this page about? Okay? And then correct spelling and capitalization. If these posts, sakto ba ang spelling and capitalization? And then followers, that have any followers. And if that time that you're still not sure, then you choose others. You can also verify batch. You can also about tab. Okay? And then the last one is a page transparency tab. So makita mo if nag-change na siya, gusto pa ang handle sa page. Okay, next. Okay, so let's collaborate in creating a society that is resilient against disinformation and misinformation. So we're not teaching the young here, we're teaching the young here on online literacy, online investigation, because you will be empowered and you will be using these skills throughout your life. Because new media, social media is here to stay. So take time to verify information. We're not trying to turn you into journalists, no? Or police investigators, but we want you to we want to share these tools, these strategies or techniques, so that you can also contribute to the fight of this information. And after this one, I hope that you also, in your own ways, educate others as well. Maybe your other friends, your younger siblings, and people who are older than you that are also very prone to this information. That would be all. Thank you so much, and hope you learned
Baik, dengan salamat Mamia, terima kasih Mamia sama sifat Bapak. Mudah-mudahan kita akan sa daghang dito ng mga programa sa Cebu Caritas na nag-discuss mayroon sa fight against disinformation. Niya karon bago na po dinala sa atong na-acquire.
Sunod tayo lang na hindi na ito pag-engage sa social media, hindi ito gamitin ng emosyon dihan-dihan. Kung hindi, pinahalag na ako i-verify at i-check ang mga i-post diha sa social media.
I would like to invite Sir Max Limpan and Mamia, Miss Mia, at the stage to answer some questions at mga participants. Una mo yung mga pamutana, pwede ninyo ipadatan at ay microphone, mahiro ka karoon sa itong open phone.
Kanya, atong sili uwaw ka na sa microphone, nag-isip sa kanina o mga small skits din na kay, ano na iso kita na pagkanan. So, nakakay ato, yung volunteers nga maoy mo, nakuha ka na itong pakita. Mabasa na ito ang inyong mga palutan na po, matulog bihat-bihat.
Sige, pagkutubag sa inyong korona na, Sir Max Limpan, our media consultant, and Mami Miss Mia. Sige, isa mo na ay pamutana, pwede na ako na gusto sa microphone.
Sige. Isa may gusto lang ulit, okay? Okay, introduce yourself, and then we have ang pangulanan.
Good morning to everyone, especially to our speaker, Ms. Mia. This question is for you. No? My question is with regards to the troll farms. No? Can you please explain to us what are troll farms and what do they do? And also, what are the ways or the initiatives na ginagawa sa mga organizations, kaya namin ng mga NGOs or government organizations to fight trolls, no? And also, what are the laws that will make them accountable for this spread of disinformation?
Thank you very much for your question. Okay, so we know about the troll farms, and they were very active during the itong mga elections, right? And then what we suggest to them, like with their files and check the pH, they always talk, they continue with this advocacy, giving talks and giving information, education, communication materials to teach the people on these and this information. So they always encourage us if there are mga trolls na musul sa inyong mga comments sa inyong mga pages. So never, what we call this, never, what we call this, inability to post, share ang ilang mga posts. Maybe you can screenshot them and post it para hindi mo daghan ang ilang engagement. Okay? And the laws right now, we have the wala pa bitaan ng mga butan out fairness ng mga trolls. Maybe you can report them, but for now, I don't think the Philippines is that ready, no? Na-align yung panawaan ng mga trolls. But we have the Cybersecurity Act. But even ang mga ginagawa pages, the trolls are into it. I remember I had a student before talking about himself and Robredo Pano, and then I commented it. And then later on, nasuko sa akong gubak, and then really friends sa akong student. And then when I checked the age of that student, magkakabit ay maging na account. Okay? So just like what Sir Matt said, katong sa introduction, these control farms, now they're even using communication students, to serve there. So ayaw tayo kung na mag-mass secondary or naganahan mag-English, yung English theory, or you worked in a call center before, please do not go into these mga troll farms. And sometimes these companies not good. They do not tell you that your job is going to get trolled. No? They tell you you're maybe as communication specialist. You don't give a title, but all people, it's disinformation that you're working.
Let me add something and share something. Pero magong Facebook and social media. Pero magong Facebook and social media, how does it decide kung saan yung makita sa inyong feed? Pero kung yung friends sa Facebook, may 2,000 din eh. Wala. Ako, 2,000 plus ako. Ano yung FGG 3,000? Let's say sa talagang buwan, talagang 1,000 na lang. Isa na yung 1,000 friends din eh. Let's say that a friend mo share o one update na lang. Kaya, pila magkaka-seconds, when you go over an update, pila magka-seconds na kailangan. Butang 10 seconds. Isa na yung calculator din. 10 seconds times 1,000. Pila niya, divided by 60, no? To get the number of hours. Try computing ko. 10 times 1,000, so 10,000. Divided by 60. Sakto ba? To get the number of hours. Kung sa'yo resulta. Basta, if 10 seconds lang kada update, pila naman na, mahurot yung time. So, what Facebook does is sila yung magpuot kasi makita sa yung feed. Yun sa pala na pag-determine. Ang tawag na social interactions or meaningful social interactions. MSI, wala iyang formula. I-determine niya by number of friends na in common, pero ang grabe nga mo determine ang isang interaction. Daghan kayo mo like, daghan kayo mo heart, daghan kayo, mas ang emoji. Dako kay chance na mo display na sa imong feed. So one of the roles sa troll farms is, diba, naki-update ang aking kandidato, Max Limpar for President. Ang troll farms, mo interact na, mo like, mo comment, para na siya ang akong post ma-display sa Facebook. Mas malagot siya sa ma-display. Mo gina, it's called coordinated incentive behavior. Kinasabot ang mo. So sa may atong mabuhatan na, dili kita mo interact. Maski pag, dalawa sa iyo ma-post, di ba, masabot ka, bakak mo nila. Dili ka mo yung dito, bakak mo na i-share. Dili ka, even if musulti ka na ito, nakapahayag ka ba, nakaingon ka ba, bakak ni, pero you're adding to the engagement. Yung buhat ng screenshot, and then dinay na i-share sa inyong wall. And then kung saan mo natin may pag-bounce balik, di ba? Facebook determines sa spread via checking sa engagement. Kita mo engage sa dapat sakto ng mga pages, di ba? Isa man ninyo nakalike na sa Archdiocese ng Cebu mga page. Sa Caritas, pero hindi ka punta na, di ba? Ato mo like ka na, mo share ka na, because by doing so, ato sa nagbulag i-akbang sa content sa mga trolls. I-like na to, ina na to Facebook, importante ni siya ng content para sa atong network. Kaya gano'n siya, dili mo engage sa troll na content, kanya mo share ka sa atong pagalingon kaya content sa atong, kaya mga tarong mga content sa atong parish, sa atong parish Caritas, sa Cebu Caritas, o sa Archdiocese. Okay?
Thank you so much for your answer and Ms. Mia answer. I have a second question na lang that more than last. Dahil ka-alarma sa the way Rappler tell their news, no? It's more critical when we compare it to other news media. Now, my question is, what is your stand on the type of storytelling or the news telling rather of Rappler?
One key problem I think that fuels and problems sa disinformation is that dili ka usahay maka-distinguish between opinion and news. Often kanang mga criticisms ka ay kanang kuan mani kanang bias mani ang media. Often because nabasa nila opinion piece, which should be biased. Opinion man na siya. Sa print, makita niyo na delineation, ilalim mo din ang opinion sections and news, diba? Diba ko pagka mga opinion ni mga kuan, muli ang ituhuan sa mga columnista. So, opinion based dahil sa news. When you say ang Rappler na siya ay critical na bias, kung ano siya, kanang I go through, when you say critical na bias, kaya kung saan siya, kaya tungod, makita siya sa iyo, or kuhaan, kaya tungod, ma-highlight niya ang sa iyo, or say, batik, o wala yung, when you say critical na bias.
Wala sigara ma-perceive sa mga tao ka, ano man yung Rappler, o instead of highlighting the good, so select na ang i-highlight kay ang katong na sa ilang sa bridge instead of celebrating kung sa may achieve sa
Ito ka namin na sa point of view, katong bridge na issue, often kanang kita kay proud kita sa Cebu, ginawat man yung si Silex. Pero kanang pagkatanan nito si Silex, okay sila ako. And how do we know? Kami sa Uboy, we're the ones happening si Silex. Kanang okay good. It's the picture. Mo ginagawa, di ba? And nalang ginagawa outlook. Yes, that's the situation now. Pero if you understand, yung sa mga si Silex na project, supposed to bring progress to Cebu. So that's the situation now. Pero in the future, mausap yun siya kay, for instance, na mga kuan ay mga tikong proud isda nga nasa Cordova. So una, or kanang tikong proud kanang sa Pasig, gikan sa Cordova. So una, muguyod ko na sila dito sa kanang sa Marcelo Hernan, sa First Street. Karon faster na. Dahil mga businesses dito ni boom tungod sa CCLX. So, dako siyang impact pa. As to the stand of Rappler, kaya ang media man yun, kung saan mag-role sa media? To report what is, kung yung ganun dili man i-highlight ang what is good, dili man ang sa media. If you want something na highlight what is good, naman tayo government media, muna ilang trabaho. Ilawan na, kailangan. When you talk about resources, mas grabe ang resources sa government media na tuyok nila to highlight what government is doing good, what ang mga programs sa government. Kaya na IPLA, na IPIA, na mga government, mga channels. So, kailangan mo ang outlook sa Rappler, and it is helpful. Kung kita na lang, highlight na lang what is good, puro na lang tayo. Iba, niya unahin sa iyo na binuhatan ng gobyerno, dili na lang ito ma-uncover, which is importante kayo natas sa journalist. Pero that's me, si Mia.
Same. Same with your mom. So I have friends from Rappler, and then in they do critical news stories. No? That is also one way to they serve as watchdogs. No? And ako communication, you serve as watchdogs of the government. So you cannot only highlight what is good, but if I have to report with as okay? So that's why the cancer is on the report ng government. That's why, the government has to be on their toes. Na ay news company diri na dili ko mahadlok ng report sa everybody. Okay? Maybe there are some, I have other friends in other media, and then isa sila nga journalist. Nga maingon sila nga, kani dali ang company na pinikuan. Ikaw, I just write my news story, but makabagay sila nga, they are asked to feature this one. Feature na in their news stories. Okay? And for ito, I remember that you mentioned na the bridge. So, ganun pinaglagot ato ng it was a grand celebration, ipag-ikan rin, right? I-active kayo ang side here sa Pasig. Kasi mo comment ito nga, my goodness, awal mo ako no? And then it was just one picture, but it was like a series of pictures na ipagawa sa Rappler. And then these photojournalists have their style mas good in taking photos. So if hindi ka na sa Samsung, dahil sa kanyang angle ko pa. Freelance at lagay na angle yung ko pa. Ang Rappler, mo yung naglagot ako kay ito supposed to be a grand celebration with sa Cebu, bakit pag-tugod yun ako. But for me, colors ko na alain niya yung color ko sa Rappler. Okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the answers. Una pa mo yung mga pamukana, mas maayo nung doon sa microphone. Sige. Next question from our scholar. Sige. Introduce yourself and you ask your question.
Okay, so so obviously Sarah or Beta, and my question is it easy to retrieve active pages? And another question is, wala na po na yung mga maraming hatot pa inabang sa Facebook page niya. O mara siya pinuot na kailangan mara siya pinuot, and then at the end of the time kay kuha siya na provide sa information. So, in other words, how to identify na legit siya na pakinabang?
Really, repeat the first question.
First question is it easy to retrieve FB pages?
Challenging sa technically. So, I think you have to go through Facebook na support. But ato ito yan, dili kita mahak kay I think mas importante na pila if you are volunteers sa parish, may kakamuhi ka sa parish na page or parish Caritas na page. Importante din na strong din kayo ang inyong security kay dili lang para sa inyong pagalingon, but kung mahak imong account, mahak sa parish Caritas na page o parish na page, so you have to take that into account. So imong buhaton din, number one is make sure you turn on two-factor authentication. Do that, lalo na sa phone, you just follow ang instructions sana. Na yung two-factor authentication nga, i-update text, kung naasad na you do it using an app, ang app na is Google Authenticator, kung dapat na siya dahil mabuhaton, just follow ang ganang pag-set up with Google Authenticator. Sa dili familiar with two-factor authentication, ano siya, it's a system na dili lang password, so pag-login mo, enter ka password, enter mo ka numbers na makuha mo, either i-text mo sa Facebook or na kay app ka ng Google Authenticator. So sa may implication isang makuha yung password, mahack yung Facebook account, pero kung tuon na ka two-factor, dili din makasunod ang hacker. You have to really take that effort na binako you are responsible for Facebook pages. Buhaton pinati mo. Kita na mga volunteers. So make sure na secure ang account. Ikaduha is how to verify ang identity. Kaya siya, number one, you do it, kung dili mag-isip ka through Facebook, kailangan ka na you do it via networks. Na siya na mo i-share na contact na ilang ka, sigurado ka mo din yung account mo na pero yan yung account or if you do it offline sa pa na kung parehang din lungsod, kung kinikita ninyo, kung mag-meeting mo sa transition sa parish, pinapakapakanon. You find other ways to verify. Kung tigil mo kaila, verify it using another person na ikaw kailang assure ka sa identity. Siya ipapouch mo na ganyan account na mo siya. Kaya di ka dito magsaling kayo, dili na ito mag-verify ang identity.
Thank you, Sir Max. With social media, nalilibig ng trust issues, no? And then I recently experienced that. I landslide ko sa Pusay. And then I got a message on group chat na kani siya na among friend na ngayon pinamam. And then pinig picture na more na kapitad landslide sa Pusay with the Gcash number. So what I did was I had to contact this friend na ilang inod na mo may nabitin ato. So I really asked her na na-update ba mo sa kapitad landslide sa Pusay. And then there was this post that I got from the group chat asking for donations, and then with this Gcash number. And true enough, we had to able to. So, in ana na pamaating na we ask our friends or we ask the person here na responsible or connected to verify the information so that kita hindi kayo kamagitan. Okay? Ibasig ato sa ako, I would share this to my other friends, but yung thinking na lang sa mga but before I share it, ako sa i-verify, ako sa i-check na what I share also is also true or genuine.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. More questions? Kapag gusto mo mamala, kasi hindi ka tulog, wala ka pang mamala. Sige, diyan kapita. I think ay pangungana na submit, no? Sige, Rodon, i-ask the question.
Okay, so ang pangutana ng ginatag kanina, kung saan pag-acquire sa among parish page o branch. Okay, kung gusto doon, authenticate or pag-acquire na. So, saan pag-acquire na?
How to acquire branch mo sa account page?
You have to contact Facebook, you have to request for the verification badge. And then sila nag-review, and then they will be the ones to send you put the actions in your page.
Okay, thank you, Lucia.
So para sa mga college pages, no, yung mga college Caritas page, no, mas maayo na iba sa nato ang Cebu Caritas na page, no, we're working on it, no, sa pag-acquire ng badge. Okay. Sige, more question, nagpapamakalan? Mga igutom, no? Sige, thank you so much, Mia and Sir Max. Sa akong pagkadayon, maminaw ka o theological reflections, kung ikan sa ako ang pag-iskutan karon na makakal sa akong theological reflection, ang atong presidente sa Cebu, Caritas Incorporated, magdalila na rin sa iyo, wala ka mga recognize, pero siya ako sa tawag, at makakal sa reflection. At kung sa pagpapa, wailain ang pinakabuhihan o pinakaampungan sa Cebu, Caritas. Reverend Father Alex Paula Julius.
According to Sir Max Limbag, that there is a study na mas paspas mo kaila ang bakat kaysa Kamatuoran. There is a massive storage of disinformation. Klaro kung isliya kanina na ang disinformation na naging ang bakat. Dili siya ingon na misinformation. Nawag ito yun. O sa bundok sa mga bakaton, ang magsulti sa Kamatuoran, mao'y mahimong ako. Because there are people who make a living from lies. According to Fyodor Dostoevsky, no one is more hated than he who speaks the truth. Sa panahon na ikakatuon, tungod sa pagsulti sa tinuod o sa Kamatuoran, atong ginugduman na si Kristo mao'y unang ipato. Dapat kinahangin nato kami sa panahon nito. We have to be vigilant, especially against attempt to revise our history. It is important that we seek out the facts and validate the information through other sources. We need to be open-minded, to listen and investigate what is right and true, and try to understand what should be believed from the information obtained on social media. So, ato makampo, mag-igsoon nga, pangayon na ito sa Ginoo, ang katarong o ang Kamatuoran, mo'y magharik diha sa ato ang katilihan. Amen.
Salamat for Alex. Ito kayo ng mga pagkampo, pagkitahay sa ato ang presidente sa Cebu Caritas. Okay yung nabantayan sa ato mga capacity building sa diocese level o sa ato district capacity building level. Isige na itong diskutan ang disinformation. Isige na itong diskutan ang pag-ibagong ilig. O niya, ang palayo na kausa sa Cebu Caritas. We have to fight against disinformation and promote good governance. Muna sa ato ang apit na hindi na pagtapos ng ato ang kalukan ngayon, atong paminawon, atong ihatag ang grupo, no? Sa ato ang program director sa Cebu Caritas, na ang muhatag sa mga acknowledgement o sa certificate sa ato speaker. Atong nasa sa pagpapa, Reverend Father Adel John Barak.
May butang sa tanan. Sa ngalan sa Tibok Pwersa sa Cebu Caritas Incorporated, uban sa among Presidente o Executive Director, si Father Alex Cola, tubutin ko pagtulong sa mga pinasikasi na pasalamat. Una, nagto sa itong mga resource speakers na binalit sa ilang kaalam, kay Hibalo may tungkol sa itong topic, ang communication for positive change, the fight against disinformation. Aking pagpadayan sa pagpapasalamat ng ito kanila, atong itulong ang atong certificate of appreciation. Ang pangalipay ng ito kanila, una, ito Mr. Elijah Mendoza. So allow me to read the citation. Certificate of Appreciation is presented to Mr. Elijah Mendoza for sharing his valuable knowledge as a resource speaker during the Gugma in celebration of the second Cebu Caritas Week 2022. Given this 12th day of November in the year of the Lord 2022 at Seminario Mayor de San Carlos Social Hall, Pope John Paul II Avenue, Babalos, Cebu City. Signed, Reverend Father Alex A. Tola Jr., President, Executive Director, and Reverend Father Alden John Baran, Program Director. Palakman si Sir Elijah, ato na ipakita ang mga certificate para makita ni Sir Elijah Mendoza. And the same certificate is also presented to our second speaker, our resource speaker, Professor Mia Ibalzado Mateo. A round of applause for her. I request Father Alex and Sir Max to cover this certificate of appreciation. And aside from expressing our gratitude to our speakers, I would like also to express our gratitude to the various communities or groups who attended this forum. Una, ang mga members of the Parish Youth Coordinating Council from the different vicariates of the Archdiocese of Cebu through the Committee on Service, Mr. Jordel Delfino, and also the COI President, Chairman, Mr. Tito Pinao. A round of applause for them. And also to the members of the Boy Scouts of the Philippines. Ako kailangan sila sa ilang representation and uban ni Don Edward Intelis Jr. To also to some members of Fuel Movement, if I'm not mistaken. Sui generis then. Sui generis. A round of applause for them. Also to our scholars from the Youth Servant Leadership Education Program scholars sa Cebu Caritas. A round of applause also for them. And also to other guests or attendees, the one I'm going to mention. And also to our viewers, also to the different parish Caritas and tanaw sa akong FB Live, and to all who watch us from the beginning up to the end. Thank you very much for showing your support to this Gugma of Kamatuoran forum. And I'd like also to thank our staff and volunteers of Cebu Caritas for preparing the event, our technical support and sound system, our communications head, and the team for preparing the live streaming, and for the food also, and our meals, the snacks, and our lunch. So once again, from Cebu Caritas, thank you very much. A round of applause for everyone. And let's not forget to like and share and follow Cebu Caritas FB page and other social media platforms. Thank you.
Salamat sa iyo, Father John. So before we will end, I would like to request Father John, Father Alex, Sir Max, Miss Mia, Isa Tubangan, so that we will have a photo opportunity with everyone. So alin din ang picture, no? Sige, Father John, Father Alex, Sir Max, na kamu diha, mahindog na lang, ha? Para makita sa picture. Nga wala nag-prepare mo para sa ating photo opportunity, at ipay bao na bagunan ng mga dito sa atong Caritas building, ang atuang Caritas station. Caritas Caritas station ang nakakao over 100 na mga konsero. Sige, picture ka, ito mo diya na kayo, o niya nasa tubangan si Mabina, o Mrs. si Sir Max, o si Brother John. Sige. Miss Bird? Miss Bird?
So, nasa laro na itong maniwala ng dugol-dugol na ba?
Badol na po, badol. So yang kemungkinan ko nga ay panood po kaya namin naman si Pittsburgh, manilutan kung pabili ng Indo para sa final dressing, no? Before ka mag-manood to. Other Alex, yung nag-iwan sa final dressing.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord God, we thank you for giving us the opportunity to gather here today for this Gugma of Kamatuoran forum, fighting fake news and disinformation. Thank you for providing us an opportunity to learn and grow in your love and wisdom. And we dedicate all our efforts to you in building the kingdom of truth, love, justice, and peace. All this we do for your greater glory through Christ our Lord. Amen. Amen. May I ask also Father John to bless those who are present here and those watching via live streaming. The Lord be with you. May Almighty God bless you, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you very much.
Maraming salamat sa inyong tanan, sa inyong pagpagawas, pwede mo humapit dun sa lamisa para makuha sa inyong